Hello. In today's example, I'm going to be showing you how to investigate the top titles that are engaged with your brand using AskCAL. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I need to easily create a list of who are the people and the titles that are engaging with my brand over some period of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to CaliberMind lists and I'm going to create a new list. I've actually created already right here. And I've created this list using the CaliberMind list builder. Clicking in, you can see this list is pulling together all of the individuals' emails, names, titles, and information for people that have engaged with the brand recently. The way I set this up was I created a set of filters on all of the data sitting in the CaliberMind marketing data warehouse. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for all people that have a marketing event that's inbound, as in this is something where they've actually responded or engaged with your brand. It's happened within the last 188 days. Here I'm using a filter to say I'm only interested in companies that are sort of in the tiers that we're interested in, that we've kind of categorized using our ICP ranking and scoring. They're a prospect or maybe a partner, so I'm not looking at existing customers. And I just want to make sure that there is something in the title field that's not null and it's not empty. I've also gone in here and I've set up exactly what columns I want to appear in the resulting data. With that, I'm just going to give it a quick test. And you can see now that I have created a list and it's got about 427 different records that match that criteria. And so what I want AskCAL to do is look at this big list of data, parse through these titles, extract them out, and tell me what are the titles and the jobs that are most engaged, and tell me a little bit about what their goals and needs are in respect to our product, which is a marketing analytics solution. So to do that, I'm going to go into CaliberMind Answers, and I've set up a new answer. The first thing I did was I selected that list from this dropdown. So this is showing all the lists in the system, and I went and found that list. And so it's going to be pulling in that data. Next, I'm giving it a quick name, and I'm giving it my system instructions. Now, the system instructions are critical, as this is what tells AskCAL and the generative AI behind it how to handle this data and what you want the output to look like and what you want it to do. So I'm saying take on the persona of a marketing analyst. I'm about to give you some data and what that data looks like. And then what I'm telling you to do is I say pick out the top 5 titles that you're seeing in that data set, create an analysis for each of that title, analysis on each one of that kind of gives you a description and how that applies to B2B organizations. And then I'm saying do a search on the web and look for the key goals and pain points for this title as it relates to analytics software. So I've done that, I've put it in here, I'm hitting save, and I'm going to run a quick test. So at this point, what CaliberMind is doing is it's going out and it's grabbing that data set, and it's taking that data set and it's combining it with the system instructions that you've provided here, and it's sending it back into the generative AI platform and asking it to kind of build that response, and then it's going to return it out to the system here in a second. This can often take, depending on the size of the data, this is a relatively large data set, 427 rows of data, it could take a few minutes. And here we go. AskCAL has come back and it said, here's the top 5 titles: Director of Marketing, Marketing Operations, VP, Senior, and a breakdown. I asked it to give a description, so it's giving me a nice description of what this title is. It's now going through and saying what are their key goals that they have and what are their pain points. And then it will separate that out and it'll say, okay, but we also deal with marketing operations managers. And it's showing how their goals are actually a little bit different. Improving marketing automation, enhancing lead management are actually a little bit different than the directors of marketing. And he keeps going down. The VPs have a set of goals and pain points. Senior marketing manager, director of demand gen are 3 of the titles that are used here. So this is a very simple example of how you can go from a set of data within CaliberMind, send it to generative AI into AskCAL, to have it come back to you with some really useful information about who it is that's engaging with your brand that you can then send to your marketing team to kind of use in downstream creation of content and targeting.